Alright, beautiful people, let's sniff a few more hyped up or popular perfumes. So we're going to do this batch this time. Let's see what we've got. So, Guerlain Neroli Outre Noir. Okay, so I can't even remember why I got this one. I think maybe I was just interested in knowing what it smelled like rather than I was comparing it to anything. I've had this one for a little while. It might have actually been a freebie when I was buying something else. Also very possible, because sometimes when you order samples, they will chuck in other things. This one is interesting. So this is from the Guerlain range, I think, that's like super expensive. Like they're more exclusive, fancy, you know. I think Lancome have the same thing. They've got like, and the same with YSL. They've got these kind of more, I don't even know what they call them. I guess exclusive lines are what they would say. But Neroli Outre Noir, it has a very bitter neroli smell in it. Although probably like it's like petitgrain. It's like actually like leaves. Like very, very, very bitter. But there's a sweet fruitiness in this as well. A freshness. And when it dries down, it has like this interesting sweetness. I'm wondering if there's some kind of spice in here. I'm not really sure what's going on with this perfume. It's kind of quite hard to explain what it smells like. But the greenness in here is a little bit much for me. The bitter petitgrain greenness is a little bit overpowering for me. It's definitely very strong when you first spray it. It does chill out, but it never really leaves. But this reminds me of things. It reminds me of Lush. So it reminds me of some of their kind of more bitter, citrusy scents. And weirdly, in the dry down, it really starts to remind me of a perfume or a body spray I have from Lush that sadly, I think was only ever limited edition. I really hope they bring it back one day. But it's called Sparkly Pumpkin. And that one, I think they only tell you there's maybe, like, I think it's something like juniper berries and possibly some kind of oranges or mandarin or something like that. I can't really remember. But it has this kind of nice sweetness in the dry down. It's got this really interesting scent that is unlike anything I've ever smelt before until this. So there's something in the dry down of this that reminds me of Sparkly Pumpkin. But it's very hard to explain why, but it's really pretty. So I don't like the green. I don't like the green petitgrain here. But it's, what's nice about this is it's a bit juicy and it's not, because it's got like that neroli and it doesn't go quite as soapy as I would have expected, because I find orange blossom and neroli often to be very, very soapy. But this, not so much. It's kind of fresh and bright and pretty. I mean, it's a really nice perfume, this one. I think I'd really have to be in a specific mood to deal with that petitgrain, but the actual perfume as a whole is super pretty and it gets more beautiful as it dries down. So I can understand that, you know, the more niche reviewers would be really into this one, because it's a good perfume. It's a nice one. So yeah, that's really pretty, that one. Do I want to keep that? I might keep that sample. I'm having to think about that one. Okay, what have we got next? Let's see. YSL Manifesto. I see people talking about this all the time. And I have a perfume that is supposed to smell very similar to it. And I have to say, yes, I have one called, I think it's called Women's Secret, Oh My Secret. But that one I struggle with. It's got a little bit of a body lotion-y smell to it, which I find quite hard to wear, even though the general scent profile I think is really pretty. Manifesto definitely is that scent profile, so I can see what they're going for. But I think maybe Manifesto isn't quite as body lotion-y as that one, and has a slightly brighter and tangier something going on in the top. It's kind of, I'm just trying to think. You know what it's making me think of a little bit? Let me just have a look if I can find it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they smell the same, but the Liquid Imaginaire, the Blanche Bête, is giving that kind of sweet, is it maybe slightly creamy, a sort of body lotiony, floral smell. And Manifesto is also giving me a sugary, sweet, slightly creamy, maybe body lotiony floral smell. So it's really interesting. It's really pretty. I'll definitely try wearing this one and see how I get on, because I'm going to have to pass on the Oh My Secret just because it goes too far into that body lotion smell. It's almost like that one smells like a body lotion version of this. So if you were to buy the literal body lotion of YSL Manifesto, it'd probably smell just like Oh My Secret from Woman's Secret. But yeah, this is kind of interesting. There's definitely, I wasn't expecting kind of the slight tanginess that I'm getting in the top of this one, but I think that's making it more interesting than Oh My Secret. So yeah, this is really pretty, and I'm definitely going to try wearing this one. Can absolutely understand why people like this and why they talk about it a lot. Plus it has such a gorgeous bottle, so pretty iconic, I'd say, that one, and I'm digging it. I'm keeping that one. Okay, so far so good. All right. Okay, Javoni Dariadin. I got this one because I think it was compared to one of the, what's it called? Elizabeth Arden Untold perfumes. I can't remember if it was the original or one of the later ones, but this one, I don't like this one. This smells very dated to me. It smells very perfumey. It's kind of a bit screechy and sharp while also having something sweet going on. It smells a bit like a really, I don't know, it's not quite a fruit chewy because I don't think it's sweet enough to smell like a classic fruit chewy, but I do think there's probably a lot of patchouli in this, and I don't like it. It really smells very perfumey. It is reminding me of old school perfumes from when I was young. I'm going to say the word Charlie. I'm not saying this actually smells like Charlie, but it is that level of perfumey perfume, you know, like a really old Chanel or something. I wonder if this is actually a chypre. I wonder if there's oak moss in it as well. There's a tangy fruitiness going on, but there's a lot of patchouli. It smells quite floral. Javoni Dariadin, not really my kind of feel, but it's not my style of perfume, I would say. But I don't own anything that smells like this, so it definitely doesn't smell like any of the things that I saw it compared to. It has no crossover at all, as far as I'm concerned, with any of the Untold perfumes, which I think is why I got this one. Nah. So I'm not really sure what's in Dariadin, but I know that I just don't like it. That one's not for me, and I think I really like the smell of some vintage perfumes, especially aldehydic ones. I kind of like that clean, soapy, yummy smell, but I can struggle with chypres, proper chypres, and I can really struggle with things that, I mean, this doesn't smell vintage, it smells dated, I think is what I'm trying to say. But it probably smells beautiful on people. It doesn't work for me. It's just not my kind of scent. And there's something in it that's a little bit headachy to me. So again, maybe that's an aroma chemical, I don't know. But that one's definitely not staying with me. That's not one that I would ever want to wear. Speaking of something that's compared to the Untold perfumes, I think this one might be compared to the original. This is Gucci Guilty. This is the EDT. But I went for the EDT because I wanted to compare it to a Yardley perfume that I have a sample of. And it does smell so much like this. So the Yardley is called something like Blossom and Peach, I think it is. And it has lilac, or either lilac and wisteria. It has peach. It's like fruity. It's floral. There's just a hint of patchouli. And this is the EDT version of Gucci Guilty, because I've smelt Gucci Guilty in store, the EDP. This smells like a much fresher, lighter version of Gucci Guilty. So it's like maybe a bit more fruity, not quite as floral, but it still has a lot of the elements of the original Gucci Guilty. I say the original Gucci Guilty. The Gucci Guilty you can get now, rather than the one that's in the old one in the gold bottle. I don't know how those compare, but this definitely does smell, and the original EDP, the EDP you can get now, smells very similar to Yardley Blossom and Peach, like genuinely smells very similar. So this is quite nice. Would I wear it? I mean, I'm not too fussed about this one. Again, there's something in it that makes me feel like it might give me a headache. It's not alcohol. There's something, again, it might be ambroxan or something, but there's something in it that makes it feel a little bit like a no-no for me. But I think if I smelt this on someone else, I'd think they smelt feminine and beautiful. So yeah, Gucci Guilty, the EDT, it's nice. It's not really for me, but it's a good one. It's probably not a sample that I'll keep because I don't think I'll wear it. And then we have Valentino Pink EDP. So I have seen some people talking about this, and I have to say I have and adore Valentino Donna Aqua, but I don't like any of the other Valentino Donnas. In fact, I don't think I like any other Valentino perfumes, and I've smelled quite a few of them now. So I thought I'd just smell what this one was like, because I remember sniffing this in store and thinking, that's kind of pretty. But they didn't have any samples, they didn't have any cards to spray it on or anything, so I just kind of sniffed it from the bottle and then walked off. That's when I was smelling Green Stravaganza. So I wanted to know what this smelled like. And I can tell you what it smells like is the ultimate generic, is how this smells. It smells a bit like a cross between Ariana Grande God is a Woman and Prada Paradox. So it's got, I mean, Paradox in itself already smells like a little bit like My Way and a little bit like Lontedy and like so many perfumes that this is even more generic than Paradox. And it smells quite chemically to me. It smells a bit cheap. Again, I'm sure there's aroma chemicals in this. This one smells a bit tarry. There's a sweetness. This one gets sweeter as it dries down. You get a little bit more kind of vanilla. It's a bit fruity. But this one, I think for the price, you can get so many other things that smell like this. Much better options. I was so surprised by how boring this was. But again, in store I smelled it and I was like, oh, that's pretty. And if you are just looking for something that's kind of basic and pretty, that's going to be an easy reach. I mean, to be fair, Paradox has a cooler bottle than this. I think so. I'd go for that one, but it's all right. I assume there's pear in this, but because it has that kind of shared scent of the classic tuberose perfumes along with the Ariana Grande, and actually the one I smelled in one of the other vids, Sparkling Sugar, I think it's called, from Clean Reserve. So yeah, this one, no, not for me. Don't want to keep that one. Not into it. And then the last of this bunch, Guerlain Terracotta. I genuinely, a while back, was going to blind buy a partial bottle of this from eBay, and I am so glad that I didn't, because this is one of the most buttery floral perfumes I have ever smelt. There are a few that have freaked me out because, as I mentioned, if you saw my other video, actual butter in perfumes, not necessarily too much of a problem, but a buttery floral I find really unpleasant. And that's when they kind of start moving into that very rich body lotiony smell, but to like extremes, as if there's actual butter made out of those flowers. Woo! So this smells like buttery gardenia, or I mean, I think it's actually probably, what's the tropical version of gardenia? Tiare. So I have a few Tiare perfumes that I've tried in the past, and they tend not to work very well for me. Again, they're too buttery, and sometimes they're a bit screechy. This one, not screechy. Oh no, there is something a bit kind of weirdly sharp, actually. A sharp floral mixed with a buttery sweet floral. But this one really, really reminds me a lot of Island Gardenia that I bought once from Jovan and then had to get rid of because it was really upsetting to me. But also, Jovan's White Musk really reminds me of this kind of scent. It's got like this buttery, body lotiony smell to it, and that's why I couldn't get on with that one either. So I feel like there's affordable alternatives to this kind of scent. I know people think this is like, they say it's really classy, ladylike, but I don't know. I just don't like this kind of scent. I mean, this isn't a million miles away from the kind of florals I was getting in Coconut Fizz from the Aqua Allegoria line from Guerlain. And yeah, I feel like there's like a hint of terracotta in that perfume mixed with the kind of coconutty, fruity bits. But yeah, this is one that I just, it's just so far away from the kind of florals that I like. It's very body lotiony, it's very buttery, it's very floral, and it... if this smells like a body lotion, then it smells like a very old-fashioned body lotion. Like, I mean in terms of like an SPF. If this smells like a sun cream, then I feel like you don't necessarily get sun creams that smell quite like this anymore. So yeah, it's in that realm of things like Sun from Jill Sanders, but don't get me wrong, I think this is much nicer than Sun from Jill Sanders. I really don't like that one at all. That really upset me. But yeah, this is just not my kind of thing. So yeah, thank God I didn't blind buy this one, because as it turns out, definitely not in my wheelhouse, this kind of smell. So let's see, that one's not staying with me. So I've got two that I'm probably going to keep. One that I'm definitely going to keep. So I'm definitely going to keep the YSL Manifesto, and I might keep the Neroli Ultra Noir. Yeah, because this one I will definitely wear. This one I might try again, but maybe I'll just keep this to compare it to Sparkly Pumpkin. But yeah, so those are the two I'm keeping from this batch. So not too bad. And I'll be back with my next batch ASAP. Thanks, guys. Bye.